Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SF1 GP2, the Canadian Grand Prix, here live on Friday night, round 9 of the championship. Out of 22 races, we are climbing up the table quite a bit. I'm joined by commentary booth legendary GP1 driver Harrison. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing amazing. How are you doing today?
I'm grand. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with this race. As these guys know, there is rain and a lot of it on the way here. Coming their way for the race. A lot of the guys, my driver Senna, I asked those guys what the weather was like, and he told me full wet. And I was like, "Hey, you're joking." A guy didn't believe him, but Harrison confirmed and showed me the weather. It's gonna be torrential out there. So 16 drivers are gonna start this race. I don't know how many are gonna finish. We'll see. Canada can be quite tricky in the wet. Love to see how these guys manage. These guys are putting pretty quick times in though in qualifying, just for wet setups, because I know these guys are going to be running a full wet setup. Saw a couple
Yeah,
guys.
the weather's probably going to be like Monaco for me a few races ago.
A couple of these guys were dipping into the 109s. I believe 3 of the drivers have done so far, or actually 4. It was Livid, who set the fastest time in Q2. JML, who was the fastest time in Q1. And I know that Senna and Evil have both dipped into the 9s. I believe Evil did. Yeah, he did. Or was it
No, it was
just...
10.
It
You
was a
got
10
it was 10
flat.
flat.
10 flat, okay. I know he was close. Senna's the first one out on track, but he's going to be the first guy to set the lap this evening in Q3. What kind of time can he get? I know he was practicing quite a
Oh,
bit
he's
before.
hit the ball barrier.
He's invalidated as well.
Yeah, hit the World Champions.
He's going to be the next Carlos.
It's
SF1 Eagle is
JML.
on an out lap. We're going to jump to JML. It's a 109.2 benchmark. Time to beat so far in this session. You have to excuse me, I'm battling quite a bit of allergies. The ragweed has killed me so far this week. I've been taking those allergy pills like crazy.
Yeah, Rushy's just gone P2 on a 9.8, and it's the 2 racing points next.
Bill goes 10.1, Devil goes 9.6. See, I believe that was Croce just starting his lap. We have Livid, who's going to cross the line with a 9.1. Wow.
Round of applause for that one.
It is his home Grand Prix this evening, Livid. He is a Canadian boy. This is going to be a track that he really wants to attack and possibly win. Everybody always wants to bring home that home Grand Prix win. Take a look down.
Evil.
Evil and his teammate swapping positions. As you can see, Senna's going to dive into the pits. Let's see what kind of time SF1 Evil can post this evening. It's going to be close as well. 9.8. That's the fastest he's gone so far this weekend. But some P5 for the time being. So Looney Moose at the time with a 10-1 as well. Everybody has pretty much improved on their time going through Q2.
Anyone on a valid flyer is fatal.
Shoot down with Fatal. Give him a little bit of screen time in that AlphaTauri.
Oh, Crouch is left.
He's going to have to get a new bite. Hopefully he can get back in. I know a couple of guys were struggling with SF1, not SF1, but Formula 1 servers this evening.
We all know what code is like.
Just a bit. Alright, let's see. Fatal coming down the start finish line now. DRS is open. It's gonna be a 110, possibly 110.2. Good enough for P8 right now. Senna yet to set a lap. Croce looking like he's ahead. Oh, there he is. He's back in the lobby. Hopefully he can take control of that car and put a good lap in.
Senna's just gone out on his out lap. And JML as well.
Rashley's retired. He's good enough. He's settled with a 9.8. Will that hold for P4?
I'm surprised by that, unless he's got no new tires left.
Yeah, my driver Senna threw me for a loop on both the weather, and then he went and did Q1 on instead of medium compounds, and I thought, okay, maybe he is not, maybe he was joking. Maybe he was saving those softs for the Q2, but yeah, that puzzles me. I don't know why he did a lap in Q1 on the medium compound. However, we're actually going to jump on board with Senna, as he's going to give us a hot lap around this track, the Canadian Grand Prix. And down the start-finish line,
Circuit Joe Villeneuve.
yeah, I never know how to pronounce that correctly, so I stay away from trying to even manage it. I know he's practiced a lot.
Yeah, it's one, I wouldn't say a hard track to master, but it's an easy track for beginners, but it's, I'd say medium-ish to actually get a lap up around here.
I will say on strict corner cutting, this track is pretty lethal. Especially the last few corners with the world champion.
The last chicane, yeah. Oh, he's turning a bit late for that corner. You want to take some curb on the entry, but not a lot.
A little wide on the exit there.
Yeah, a bit too greedy on the throttle.
Down the back stretch. It's so hard to navigate that chicane when you're full throttle. You have to come down to a stop. 1:08.8
wow.
Senna. So that now, ladies and gentlemen, is the benchmark time to beat. Currently sitting pole. Livid sitting P2, JML P3. Actually, I'm going to give that a good shout with the top 5. All different constructors so far. You have Alfa Romeo, Red Bull, Mercedes, you have the Racing Point, and you have the Williams.
Yeah.
Sticking, let's see. Can Croce's still sitting in the pits. I wonder if he's gained control of his car or not. Yo, Robbie in the chat rooting on his teammate, Livid. And Livid find what he needs to get. What is that? Three tenths? Can he find 3 tenths in his lap to battle SF1 Senna? I know JML has the skill to find the extra time he needs. Who's currently on a lap? Evil is on a lap, but he's invalidated that lap, and he's going to pull it into the pits. So he'll be really close to see if he has enough time to come out. Bill has just started a lap. Lulimu looks like he's going to finish the lap here. Can he improve on his 110.1? He does so with a 19.9. Good enough for P7. Overtakes Bill. Bill currently on a flyer. I see Livid is on that lap. JML did improve, but it wasn't good enough to get himself closer to P2.
Well, he's just gone almost 2 tenths faster in the first sector.
Are we going to have another showdown between Senna and JML this evening like we did at Baku?
Well, you got Livid in there as well, who's currently on an outlap, so you never know.
Is what you call it, spanner in the mix.
He's lost a smaller bit. He's lost a small amount of time in the middle sector.
Devlin goes to P4, and that was Bill that went to P5. Okay.
Yeah, Bill to P5, yeah.
Raph is in the chat rooting on Senna. Oh! As you see, JML smacks the wall. Damages his car. Yeah, he's taking his end plate off and invalidates his lap at the same time. That's you know, that's when the lady sings. We won't say the other word. Don't want to upset anybody, but I think that's JML over with on qualifying, so that's unfortunate. I know a couple times he's had these moments this season where it's, you know, the car has just come out and bit him just a bit. Devlin looks like he's on a flyer. Let's take a board with him. Can he improve on his 109.6? Get himself closer up to the top. This is going to be a fast lap. 109.3, but stays P4. Who's going to finish? It looks like Senna's invalidated his outlap. Okay. Here comes Livid. That was a really job well done through that chicane. He's going to cross the line.
Does
8.9.
improve.
So close. Is that the
Crouch
fastest
is a gunner.
sector?
Oh,
Crouchy gets a lap in, 109.8. Good enough for P6. Couple guys looking to finish. Is that Evil's going to cross the line? Oh, no, he's going to start his line. JML, unfortunate, he's going to retire from the
ties in the
session.
pits.
Looks like Senna is on a outlap as well. So let's jump down. Looks like Devla's on an in lap right now. So who's going to be the first to cross the line? Crochy's on an in lap, so it's
I
going to
think
be
it's
Livid, but he's
Evil.
invalidated. So that's him
It's
over.
Evil next then.
See if Evil can improve on his lap. Get himself further than P8
He
currently.
was 2 tenths up in the first sector. He's lost a bit of time in the middle.
When you see that, you can't imagine
Yeah.
GP1 will be 1.5 seconds faster, but it will be. Says Daigero in the chat. And I believe you guys. I've seen how fast you guys are. Fun fact of the day. Back in 2017, when this league first started,
Evil's just at the
I
World
see it.
Champions.
He just took off his end plate. That's going to cost him a bit of time, 9.6. Good enough for P5, though. He does improve. But finishing my thought, I was actually in GP1 way back in the day when this league first started. I do have one win under my belt actually no, two. Hungary and Mexico. Mexico was my first win in SF1. And I absolutely hate that track. But I got lucky because the three super fast guys that were ahead of me that were leading the championship all went into turn one and just, decided they were going to play each other. A bit of luck. Dagger and touch the wall of the champions. All right, there, ladies and gentlemen, running down the order before I forget. SF1 Senna grabs pole position for the Canadian Grand Prix, followed by the Canadian himself, Livid in P2, JML P3, Devla 4th, Evil is 5th, Bill is in 6th, Croce 7th, Rashi is 8th, Looney 9th, and Fatal picks up that final position in 10th for your Q3 appearance. All right. Guys are going to have a 5-minute complimentary break when they load in. And I'll give you guys a rundown of the points. Once we load in, we'll wait for that Mother Nature to open the sky. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a full wet race. But I'm going to give you guys a good quick rundown of the combined first off. Here you guys have it. The man, his team, overtakes Ferrari finally last week to hold on to the lead of the combined championship so far. Ferrari just behind, Racing Point in third, overtaking Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo, my team, sitting in fourth. Williams fifth. Red Bull is sixth. Haas seventh. AlphaTauri is eighth. Renault is in ninth, and McLaren are in 10th. But I will say something. If you look at the top four, we're all pretty much not spaced out more than about 45 points. So I think it's going to be a
I was
tight
about to say
battle,
that.
a tight battle the whole way to the end of this season. But with that in mind, let's give you guys a look at the GP2 points. Here you guys have it. JML currently holding the lead of this championship, overtakes Bill last week. Bill sitting in P2. Senna moves his way up the board to P3. His teammate SF1 Evil in fourth. Livid is fifth. Devla 6th, Looney 7th, Becker holds 8th, Kart Legend, who's not here this evening, he does have Seifer reserving for him. Whiffy is in 10th, Lucky 11th, Fantech is 12th, Rashi 13th, Towers 14th. We have Don Croce, a new or new Ferrari drivers in 15th. We have Connor, who's not here this evening, 16th. Fatal, 17th. Panda, or 18th. Third dinner, brand new McLaren driver, 19th. And V8 Irons, who's still not here. I haven't seen him quite yet. But I'll tell you what, give us a rundown of this race, Harrison. I will have to break just a bit. My wife is home with my daughter, so I'm going to greet them. But before they go, I'll make sure I get back. But if you want to give these guys a little bit of talking, I'd surely
Yeah,
appreciate
no
it.
probs.
I'll be right back, ladies and gents.
Well, you're watching, I'll probably give you my prediction. Obviously, you can't see the race director, but I'll run through um, how the grid is set at the minute. So you got Senna and the Alfa Romeo on pole position, which I know Carl is happy about. Livid in P2 in the Red Bull, and JML in Mercedes in P3. And then it's Devler, SF1 Evil, Bill, Crouchy, Rashi, Lee Moon, Fatal, Big Towers, Third Dinner, Becca, Fanatic, Whiffy, Solex, and Joyce reserving in for my driver Legends. He's currently missing this race. But with the race conditions, the prediction for safety car is probably going to be out the window for what mine was probably going to be for the dry, but I'll probably say 4 or 5 altogether, that's including VSCs and safety cars. And I know Kyle's prediction for cars finishing the race was 12 out of the 17 runners we have, but my prediction was 10 runners because I know Senna, I believe, runs no TC, but I think he's turned it back on for this race because I know he's a bit of a chicken when it comes to using no TC in the rain. Evo will probably struggle because he's on the pad with no TC, and the same with third dinner down in 12th. I don't know about any others that use no assists. I think Fanatic as well. Um, uh, I don't know what else I can really talk about right now, but I know Devler and Bill could possibly get a podium if the top 3 guys make a mistake. Because they're pretty consistent with their pace. I know Big Towers could probably get higher from his current grid position of 11th. And Whiffy down in P15 after 7, Corley banned from Monaco. It is his home track that he loves as well, so he should make some positions off the start, hopefully. And hopefully clean as well. That 36 should be readying up. Yep, we are readying up. Let's see if anyone's on the naughty step today, as I call it. Everyone's away cleanly. There's the tyre strategies for you on Carl's screen. It's either a 1-stop or a 2-stop on the wet tyres, but they will get to inters.
All right, ladies and
Guys.
gentlemen, I'm back. Some time to watch this full wet, chaotic race. Everybody on full wets. This is going to be quite an interesting race indeed. Guys in the chat, I want to know your prediction. 17 drivers here. My count was wrong, as it usually is. I was saying 16, but 17 drivers are going to start this race. How many do you think are going to finish this race?
Oh, Wishy and Fanatic been on the northeast there.
Oh, that's interesting. Starting on cold, wet tires is not the way you want to start a race.
Definitely not.
You can see a lot of these guys really trying to put temperature into these full wet tires.
Big Tower just had a big slide coming up the hairpin as well. It would heat up his rears quite a bit, but not an awful lot good for his tyre wear.
Jump on board with you.
Because I know with this...
There is a racing line, which is good, but there's not much of a racing line, so it's. I think a lot of these guys are going to struggle at the start of this race. Hopefully we have a clean couple of, or first couple of corners, but only time's going to tell. Everybody rounding around the final chicane here to line up for the grid, to wait for those 5 red lights so we can go racing. Was it 36 laps here at Canada? I can't remember.
Yes, 36.
I got that one right. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you can see Seifer is lining up in the grid now. Senna holding on to that first position. Can he get a good start or live it, overtake him? We are about to find out. 5 red lights waiting for 3, 4, 5 red lights are lit. And we are just about away for the Canadian Grand Prix.
Always a delayed slide.
There we are. We're away for the Canadian Grand Prix. How much can these guys get a good start? Looks like Senna gets a good start. A couple of the guys in the back. Oh, there's a touch with the...
Livid's got a bad start.
Oh, no. Livid's lost connection at the beginning of this race. He'll need an invite back. Oh, Seifer gives somebody a tag at the back here. I don't know. He doesn't have any damage. Senna holds on to the lead. JML into P2. I think that is between either Bill or is Devla in P3. Awesome, just join.
Livid's back.
Get control of his car quickly. Look at the Williams and Ferrari fighting each other down this back.
Well, keep an eye on Livid just when he gets back into his car. He's not back in it yet.
I'm surprised. I didn't see. Oh, there was one. Somebody was going to blow the chicane there. Renna went in the inside. These guys in the back are fighting.
Crouchy up the inside of Rossi.
Third dinner hanging in the back. I wonder what happened. Senna holding on.
Oh, I think he's.
JML just behind. Senna goes in a bit deep. Lucky he didn't tag the wall there. Crossing the line now. It's Prix Delta. Looks like Dinner's left the session. He's going to need an invite back. Hopefully that changes. We have the yellow sector 1. It looks like something's happening to Livid.
Livid.
He's just gained control of his car and unfortunately started this race P2. And now he's all the way down to P12, losing 10 positions, 13 now. Something's happened to Bill as well. Bill's facing the wrong way. What has happened here? I wonder if there's any contact.
Has he still got his front wing?
Here we are fighting SF1 Senna with JML just behind him.
Yeah, Bell's missing his left end, right end point.
I think if Senna wants this, he's really going to have to work for it because we know how quick JML is. Devil holding on to P3. Those racing points do like to, sniff out their podiums in the cleanest manner. I will say that. He does have SF1 Eagle just behind him though. Croce holding on to P5. Solid race so far for Croce. Good to see him. Towers moves all the way up to P6. A couple big moves. I'd say Towers and Croce for sure. As he gets a 3-second time penalty. Commentator's curse.
Yeah, him, Towers and Fanatic are the biggest movers at 5 positions at the moment.
This might be a battle to watch. Both the Canadians here. We have Whiffy and Livid racing against each other. One in the Red Bull, one in the Renault. As you see, Whiffy loses a little bit of traction in the back end, stepped out just a bit. You can tell
And
how
Bill's into the
anxious
pits.
these guys are to want to put the throttle down, but they can't. Ooh, Whiffy tags the wall just a bit. That's going to allow Livid to have a look. Let's jump on board, Livid. Actually,
Whiffy goes deep and
Whiffy
off
goes real
track.
deep, real wide. He's going to go off and lose position. That's going to allow Solex to get around.
And Joyce as well.
Solex and Joyce, both GP3 drivers representing as a reserve this evening for their respective teams. He's still not back in the car yet. I wonder if he's just not
Evil
good.
on the back of Devil.
Oh, he's back in. Senna's put a little bit of gap between. Yeah, Devla's caught up to the back. Oh wait, I'm getting myself confused here. Evil really pressing on that racing point to try to get P3. He's got it just before turn 1. Fanatec gets a 3-second time penalty. However, with these two battling each other the way they are, it's allowing Croce to pull up closer.
Whiffy into the pits. He's got damage.
Yeah, I think he smacked the wall, and that took a bit of his end plate off. Let me take a look at these guys. Closest battles.
So that lets his teammate by.
Holding on to the back of the Renault of Towers. Towers goes for that faster left wide line. Look at the rain. It is really raining on this track. Nowadays, you barely see racing rain like this. I'm surprised they even put it in the game. They even called off FP1 today just because of the rain. So you see Solex gets a 3-second time penalty. And my interval is gone. I love when the interval is gone. Thank you, Cody's. Is yours there, Harrison? Or is yours gone as well?
Yeah, mine's gone as well.
Lovely. J-Mo gets a 3-second time penalty. Croce starting to gain on Devla. There we go. It's gotten a lot better now. Intervals have slightly returned. Rashi's really putting the pressure on Renault Towers just ahead of him. He's not too far off of Croce. You can see Croce as well. We have a safety car.
Safety car.
Fanatec was retired from this race.
He's lost it at turn 2.
On, yeah.
Next at turn 2 on track.
Too much throttle. Yeah, I think that's
on board with the dinner.
Interesting. It just disappeared when I clicked on the Whiffy. So that begs the question. I know it's full wet right now. Do you think inners are going to come into play? I know the rain is supposed to slightly lessen towards the end of this race.
Well, 9 times out of 10 this game's weather is not 100% correct, so I don't expect anything at this stage.
As we saw in GP3 yesterday, they had a Q2 session where, you know, no rain was indicated, and then I think it was halfway through, boom, they started having rain. That caught a lot of drivers off, unfortunately. Rap in the chat, rooting on Alpha, that is right. No bias here from myself. You look through. Wondering.
Sam's just caught the safety car now.
I was clicking on him now to see where he was. Besides Whiffy and Bill, I don't think it'll take them.
We've done in the pits again.
Fortune, I think he's really struggling. I know he hasn't had much
It was
time to
just,
practice.
yeah, it was just for tyres.
So already lap 6 out of 35. 29 laps remain in this race. A couple of these are going to be under safety car conditions. You're the man of the tire master. The you would call it the knowledge of the tires during this race with full wets. How long do you think it'll go lap wise?
Well, the rears will go before the fronts are on this track because it's a traction track and all that. If you look after your rears, you could probably go half distance and do a one stop.
Yeah, typically in the dries, this is definitely a two-stop. As Fanatec leaves the session, unfortunate race for ensuing. However, I don't think he's going to be our only casualty of this race. Nothing against these
Definitely
drivers,
not.
but the conditions are pretty terrible on this track. I noticed in this game, it's a little bit more, I would say, slidey than the last game. Grip is not there as much as it was in the last game. Just waiting on Whiffy, I think, and Dinner, as well as Bill to catch the back of the pack. And then the lights on the car should go out and we'll be back. Rashi gets a 5-second for severe collision with Towers. You guys know
You said
better.
Russia, right?
Just don't run into the car ahead of you, and the guy ahead of you, don't brake massively for the car behind you to hit you.
Yeah, that's why I've said before, we need to keep at least a two cars worth gap. The car ahead and car behind.
Yeah, the rain is definitely there, though. Having to wonder what the...
Wolfie's just caught the back.
I have to wonder what the visibility is like to these guys. Because it's pretty terrible for
Oh
us if
well.
you jump on board with the POVs. Safety
Safety
car
car in. Safety
is
car in.
in this lap, and man,
Looks,
they called that real late because it's just now starting another? Yeah, I think Senna's confused here. Wait a minute, that was
whatever you do,
really weird.
safety car's still on the track.
Yeah. I
It's
think
still...
I think Senna thought they were pulled in. He followed it through the chicane though.
Solix is in. For
That,
Inters. Solix
ladies
is in
and
for
gentlemen,
Inters.
clip of the week right there. That was the best. I'm never gonna let Senna live that one down.
Yeah, it's probably doing another full lap before.
You
That
want
is
to
the
take a look
weirdest thing
though.
I've ever seen.
Harrison, look at Solex's tires.
Yeah, I just said that he pitted for Inters, so it's going to be interesting.
See, I think it's too early. There's still a
Yeah,
lot of
there's too
standing
much
water on
rain on
this
the track.
track. Though that racing line is starting to appear a little bit more. Senna doing the smart thing. Except for
Well,
last.
he's doing what I did at Italy. Was it the short season, I think? Yeah, because I picked up damage on lap 1 and I just went to the Inters and took them from lap 1 to the end of the race on Inters. It did manage to give me loads of positions during the pit stop.
Senna stacking. He's
And I couldn't...
fueled up. We're gonna actually ride on board with Devla as we get the restart. Seifer gets a 5-second for a collision with Lunamu.
Most of Lunaman's running to the back of him.
Waiting for Senna to pull away.
Big Towers
Towers
collision with
flag.
Croce.
Here we go. The restart is now on its way. Oh, Devla almost loses the back end of the car. They see Towers pulls into the
JML
pits.
going up the inside.
We're gonna jump on board with that. Side by side.
around the outside GML with Senna.
Ooh, I thought there was a bit of contact there. We jump on board Evil. Sector 1
Yellow
yellow.
flag.
It looks
It's
like it was
Liberty's on the
awesome
wall,
again.
turn 2.
Keep going with Livid. What's happened? He's off onto the wall. This guy's super close back and holding onto the back of Fatal. Williams team doing quite well this evening. P8, P6 currently.
I'll keep an eye on Solix's pace.
I do have the intervals of 1.8 to himself and Bill. Let's see if that drops anymore. And it's gone up. It's gone up 2/10. Maybe it's in that like switch over period.
Spun at the back of the field.
Holding on to the back of JML. These guys, Evil gets a 3-second time penalty. Senna just behind that Mercedes of JML. It looks like it's
Solix is
now
dropping
on
off.
Seeper. Solex, let's see. I think he's struggling on those intermediates. It's too early. Let's see, Livid's going to catch him pretty quickly. Livid doesn't have any damage from that incident.
They must have just spun and got
He's
down.
going to send the car in the inside. Is that job done?
Oh.
Still side by side. There is pretty much no traction there, full throttle in the wet. That's kind of a tricky place to try to go side by side with.
Top two, sorry, only covered by half a second.
Yeah, these drivers, besides, I mean, they have fuel and they have the ERS. They do not have DRS, so they're going to have to cope with that. I wonder how many of these guys came into this race thinking, man, that's going to be a dry race. I don't really have to worry about the wet. They see the weather and they're like, never mind. Crashy on the back of Croce. We have a move at the back. Dinner moves up the place past Solex, who's on the intermediates, I think. It's way too early, though. The rain has definitely lightened up.
One thing I wouldn't want to see is my driver overtake an ex-driver of my own Becker.
I got an aerial camera and it's kind of nice. Then you can see a bunch of trees.
That's how it's done.
Back, Becker, jump on board.
Death under 4/10 at the
doing
front.
quite nice in this race. Sitting P9, he does have Whiffy just behind him though. That's going to be a battle and a half for him. Whiffy thinks about placing the car on the inside, backed out of it. Gap at the top still half a second. Crashy holding on to Croce. However, Fatal Distance is starting to pick up the pace against that Williams ahead of him. So close, you can see Whiffy trying to push that Renault across to get himself in front of the Mercedes here at the back. Race for P9, they do have Becker just ahead of them as well, so it could potentially be a race for P8. As Senna's lost quite a bit of time now to JML, 1.2 seconds, and Evil's picked up the pace and put himself just behind his teammate. Do we have a move? Becker's gotten around. Wait, Seeper's gotten around Becker, I believe. And I think something's happened to Becker. Now Whippy's gone around.
Yeah, I think
Whippy's
Becker must have had a half spin.
position.
JML's extended the gap at the front to 9 points.
It was 1.2 half a lap ago. Solix gets a 3-second time penalty. I think JML's being very cautious with that last chicane. Sector 3 yellow for Livid again. Is it Livid? It must have been. He does have damage.
It must have been. Yeah, he does.
Devil gets a
Devil with a
3-second
3-second
penalty.
time.
Very rare penalty, I would say, from the Racing Point team. Usually they're squeaky clean. So we have Whiffy just on the back of Seeker now.
Livid staying out with that damage. Gap down at the front, half a second now.
Senna putting throttle down. I think JML's kind of turned off just a bit. Probably a hard place to pass with this weather. Man, that rain has pretty much disappeared. Fatal gets a 3-second time penalty. Just a bit of a
Crouchy.
Where is that for? Is that?
I thought it was a Crouchy because he lost the position, but it's not. It was just Rushy getting past. I don't know if that's a false yellow.
I think it was Towers. I have a feeling it was Towers.
Oh, yeah, he's just a half spin around. Tires were overheating.
Battle for the lead is starting to heat up. These guys haven't been separated by more than a second the entire race. As Whiffy gets a 3-second time penalty.
Top 3 covered by 1.6 seconds. One out, already a 6-second gap to Devil and P5.
Oh! Wait, hopefully that was lag spike. Because I could have sworn it looked like JML lost it and went into the wall right ahead of Senna. That was a bit of a scary moment.
Yeah, JML's a bit jumpy.
Still holding on though.
Livid's pitted for new watts but hasn't changed anything.
These guys are putting a bit of distance on themselves between the top 3 and 4th. Devla has Rashi just behind him now. And Rashi pushed for that P4, maybe try to pull that gap down between himself and the guys on the podium currently. Maybe he can lift his trophy this evening. Let's have Croce just behind him. Fatal's having quite a nice race as well. I think his second race in SF1. Holding on to P7. Sector 2 yellow. And 3.
It's Towers.
Whippy gets around Seeker right before the final chicane. Is Seeker gonna have an answer back here on the start finish line? This is gonna hold position for it. That's a lot of yellow sectors. Consistent yellow sectors.
Towers going so well.
Now Croce gets a 3-second time penalty.
Rashi's just got past Devla and Crouchy's about to get past him.
Becker gets a 3-second time penalty. Big scrap here for these guys for P4. Or not P4, P5. I would have to say, Harrison, I think we're about a lap or 2 away from seeing intermediates. The rain is pretty much subsided. And there's not as
Livid
much...
and Big Flowers who are in the pits now go to the winters. Could make some time up, but Solix is dropping off the back of Denver.
Take a look at these leaders and see what they do. Towers is not coming in. Senna stays out. Evil stays out. What about Rashi? Not yet.
Livid and Big Towers went on to new lights.
It looks like it's improving enough.
It does. Fatal into the pits.
see if Fatal puts on a new set of wets, or if he switches to the intermediates, he's going to go to the
It's
intermediates.
Inters.
Could that be the call? It
And
looks
you
like
have Bill as well.
Bill's pulled in. Solex gets a 3-second time penalty. Towers has retired from the session. Sector 1 yellow. Let's take a
That's
look.
turn 3.
Livid comes out on a brand new set of wets. As you have Senna just behind JML, battling for the lead. Wonder if these guys are battling to the pits. Senna's gonna think about putting the car in the inside. There's no grip. It looks like it's gonna be JML's line to take. Sector 1 and 2 yellow. Sector 2 yellow. Towers is left. You can understand why. I believe this guy's gonna pull in the pits. I wonder if Evils is sitting back here thinking, alright, if anything happens between these two guys, it's my race. No, they haven't pulled into the pits yet. They're gonna have committed to these wets.
Livid spin again at turn 2.
It's strategy open if you want to put on new wets, but I doubt anybody's. I think they're trying to push these tires until the intermediates are fully in play. However, now Senna has Evil just behind him, and I'll give you guys a little sneak peek between these two drivers. Both are quite okay with battling each other to go for the championship if they deem necessary. As you see, Livid, he's going to need an invite back. We have Prix on Devla.
Yep, done that.
Actually jump on board Prix. See what kind of weather they're dealing with still. The track is still pretty wet, but I have to say it's going to be within a lap or two. Intermediates are going to be a better tire. You can see that some of these guys really struggling now with grip. See Whiffy's really catching these guys quite fiercely.
I'd say the wets are still faster at this stage because Looneyman is catching the back of Bill. The gap was 2.5 now it's 1.7.
Look, I am watching the Delta.
JML's in. He's gone for new wets. JML's gone for new
wets. The two
wets.
Alphas decided to stay out. Where is that going to place JML? Whippy's going to stay out. Is Seifer going to beat his teammate out? JML's out now. Seifer's coming down. I think he's a little too far behind. Still has to navigate that corner. Becker's into the pits.
Becker's going for it.
Brooks gets a 3-second time penalty. JML's went to brand new wets.
I'd say that's the wrong call.
That's interesting. I have to keep an eye on the Delta. Becker's catching Fatal pretty quickly. Let's see if Fatal catches Solex.
I'm just watching the delta between Bill and Looneyman because it was 2.5 a lap ago and now it's 1.4. Both Alphas stay out. Looneyman 3-second time penalty.
Livid is still ghosting. Devla gets a 5
Rushing
second.
Devla.
He's going to move up to P3.
And crouching as well.
They're going to intermediates.
C4 as well. Going to Inters as well.
I'm taking a look on board at S1 Center. I think it's that the transition time.
I'm just watching JML versus Devla's interval and it is faster and yeah, they do need to box for Inters.
Prix and Fatal here. Ooh, just missed it. bit of contact, I think, sent Croce off into the grass. Vettel moves up in position to P8. Becker now just on the back of the Ferrari. And all of a sudden we have more action coming. Let's see if these two guys dive into the pits. Senna's into the pits. Evil stay out. No, they're gonna double stack. Evil, think about it. Don't just make your mind up, please. I'm not sure what he was doing there. With the in, J-Mel's gonna stay out on a set of wets. Evil gets service. He's on his way out. Where's Devil? Devil's coming across the line now. Is Evil going to be able to get out ahead of him? There's Devla. Evil's on his way out.
He'll be out in front.
Alright, now this is the true test. Watch Senna's delta between himself and JML. And Whippy on the back of Rashi now.
Yeah, JML needs to box for him, so he made the wrong call.
We'll blame it on Jeff. It's Jeff's fault. If I'm thinking, he might have forgotten to switch his pit strategy to intermediates. I've seen drivers do it. Even the best of drivers sometimes do it. Beidel gets a 3-second time penalty. Whiffy on the back of Rashi. We have Becker working on the back of Croce still. The gaps between each of these guys weren't as much as it was last night from GP3.
Senna is now on the back of JML now.
JML's yet to pull into the pits.
I think he may be trying to do Lewis.
I wonder if that's what JML's thinking. If heavy rain is,
I think he's. Could be, but I think he may be doing a Lewis Hamilton if it does dry up, because, as I said, 9 times out of 10, weather can be wrong.
Oh, JML goes a bit wide. Senna's going to think about the inside move. Into P1, is he going to hold it though?
Yeah, JML needs to box, because those tyres will be really overheating now.
Because of Evil's non-decision to come in, or decide to come in. He's put himself 7 seconds behind his teammate. Let's take a look at Becker. Becker on the back of Croce, Ferrari. Ooh, I think Croce blew the chicane. He went in deep. He's going to try to hold on to that position, though. Ooh, Becker and Croce. I don't want to see the tire. Give me a better view than
JML's
that, please.
boxed.
There we go. JML into the pits for undoubtedly a set of
front wing as well.
Front wing. Becker now on the toe of that Ferrari to the inside. He's going to tuck back under.
JML just coming out close to this battle.
He just sneaks into this battle. He will have the freshest intermediate set though. Sector 1 to Rashi. Is that going to be a safety car or a virtual? We have a full safety car. A full safety car, ladies and gentlemen. So what would you do here? Would you box through another set of intermediates and just take them to the end?
Not really,
try
no.
to stretch these?
Yeah, I'm stretched them. Probably it'd be worth off a bill or fatal to put who are on 6 lap hold inters, but if you're on 2 or 3 lap hold, I wouldn't bother.
Another safety car. Lap 22 out of 35 laps here. It is starting to count down. Unfortunate for wait for Senna to pick up the safety car. Solix gets a drive through for speeding under safety car conditions. Evil. Devla, like I always mention, those racing points somehow have a odd way of sneaking themselves into a podium position. I know penalties are going to come into play here, though, towards the end.
Well, you got Whiffy and P4 that may have something else to say about that. We'll see if he can actually get past that one. And obviously you got GML as well down in P6. Easily get back up there within the laps remaining.
I think it's going to be a battle for P3 between Devla, Whiffy, Fatal, and JML. Though Fatal does have 7-lap old intermediates, so they might start to trail off a little bit quicker. He'll have to make sure he manages those tires quite well.
Yeah. Senna's... I'll do a penalties rundown in a minute. Senna's on 2 warnings, Evil's on 1 penalty and 1 warning. Devla's a penalty plus that 5-second penalty for speeding to the pits. Whiffy's on 1 3 seconds. Fatal's on 2 3 seconds. JML's on 1 3 seconds. Coach is on 11 seconds altogether. So it'll be 6 because he's already still got 5 seconds. Becca 6 seconds. Bill 1 warning. Joyce is 5 seconds. Going to see.
Solix back in the pits.
Solix.
Yes, quite a bit.
Solix has 1, 2, 3, 9. Plus the 5 seconds, which I don't know if he's served on that. So, and plus that drive through. Minimum 6 seconds. The dinner doesn't have anything. Livid is AI at the minute, but doesn't have any warnings at all either. The rest of DNF.
Good quick rundown of the penalty situation. I think this is going to be a 10-lap shootout. I really do. Because everybody apart from them.
JML.
5 second for severe collision with Croce. Croce's pretty far back behind him. We'll have to see if that's one of those where they tap each other. Most of the time, if you have the evidence, the stewards will remove it. Especially if it's the guy that hit you from behind. I love allergies. Alright. Lap 25. No indication that the safety car is going to come in yet. Still I'm going to make fun of Senna after this race for that fake out. That was pretty ingenious. And Becker and Croce swap positions under safety car, which is a no-no. Unless there's problems that indicate you can. I wonder if Croce had a moment. He's backed off. Now Becker's behind JML.
There's no penalty came up as yet. I know it's around about 20 seconds to get.
Safety car. Will you come in on this lap? It looks like everybody's pretty much got the back of this pack. So we should be in on this lap around. So you want to make sure that you get the temperature in on those tires. Race control indicates we're going to go back to racing. Safety car is going to come in this lap. So we'll send a stack the field like he did last time. He has to be careful. He has his teammate just behind him. Senna is a little bit more cautious this time around. I don't think he's going to stack as much as he did this time around. Devla going on P3. Let's jump on board with Whiffy as we have this restart. Possum's AI car, I think, is throwing a lot of people.
With the 5-second time penalty.
Yeah, I was actually on board with Whiffy. I think that's pretty much that's gonna get taken off. I don't think that was his fault. Back to racing.
JML side by side with Fatal.
Oh, they're gonna push the car in. See Fatal's car go slide a little bit to the inside or the outside. Looks like JML's gotten the job done now. He has Whiffy up the road about 1 second.
Whiffy all over the back of Devla.
They're about to have JML back them as well.
Oh, that's
gonna think about making a move on the inside, backed out of it though. JML now just behind him. JML's thinking about going for an inside move. This is gonna be.
Oh, it's not. That's not a corner to make an overtake. Oh, it's gonna be cringy.
JML gets a 3-second time penalty for trying. Pushing the limits can give you a penalty.
Whiffy down the
really
inside
trying
on
to get around.
Devla.
Whiffy's gonna make a move on Devla on the inside, give him a bit of a squeeze. Devla's gonna hold on to position. Fatal's just behind there. Becker is in this fight now as well.
Yeah, JML got past Devla at the same time there as well.
So the two alphas, lap 27 out of 35. And they have a huge battle coming up for P3. Fatal moves ahead of Devla.
Jose's at an instant in the back, he's got no front wing.
Yeah, he's going to jump into the pits, put on a new front wing as well as probably another set of intermediates. JML on the back of Whiffy. Sector 1 yellow.
It's Crouchy. He's missing half of his wing, and the same with Devla.
Oh!
Oh,
Devla's out.
on the wall.
Devla is out of this race. You're gonna understand why he's left the session. I actually caught that on stream, and usually it's kind of rare. Sometimes I catch those incidents. I did catch that one this time. Back to racing. Whiffy holding on to P3. JML just behind. Becker thinking about trying to claw his way in. Seifert gets a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, these penalties are pretty big this evening. Dinner's moved his way up to P9. And it looks like Solix gets around Bill for P7. Solix missing quite a bit of that wing though.
He's going straight on into the pits.
Toss it into the pits. Becker still in the back of Fatal. So, lap 28 out of 35. Laps are starting to tick down. Have 7 laps remaining of this race. And you know in 7 laps, when the rain's there, something big might happen.
Yeah, both fastest just had to pit there.
Oh, did they double stack?
Yes.
Evil holding on to P2. Whiffy in P3, but he does have JML just behind him. Is that Livid's car? That is Livid's car still.
Yeah, he's offline, so I don't think he'll be joining us back.
JML ran a little bit wide there, but it looks like he was able to get the traction down. Can he get a run on Whiffy in that Renault? Unfortunate for Bill, because Bill's sitting P2 in this championship right now, and he has... Oh, there's a touch! Unless that was more of a lag spike. What I was saying, Bill is sitting P2 in the championship right now, and he has, you know, Senna who's behind him on points ahead leading this race, and he has JMO who's, you know, the championship leader currently sitting in P4, while this Bill's sitting in P7. It's going to be a bit of a write-off. Solix gets another, gets a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, Croce gets a 3-second from multiple warnings. Dinner now trying to put the throttle down past Bill in at Racing Point. Rain is all but pretty much stopped. Oh, Dinner's lost it! Into the wall. It's chipped off his end plate. Some days at the office can be the most
Solec's in again.
frustrating. Yeah, he got himself a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane as well. Senna currently leading this race. 5.7 seconds separates himself from his teammate, SF1 Evo Whiffy, starting to claw in that Alfa Romeo for P2. J-Mel trying to hold on to the back of Whiffy. Both have a 3-second time penalty. Actually, two of them. If I were doing the quad, you'd tell me that they have 6 seconds. So, Fatal.
Whiffy's got the gap down to Evil to 1.3.
5 laps remain. If he does catch him when he gets around him, Evil will just have to hold within 3 seconds of him unless Evil picks up another penalty, which then he'll have to do it on track. JML on 1.5 seconds separates him. Gonna jump down with Dinner. I know he has damage on his car, but he is starting to pull in Bill. Trying to, at least.
Yeah, Whiffy's got a 5-second stop go still to serve, so he can put 8 seconds behind.
There you have it. Commentator's curse. Evil picks up a 3-second time penalty.
So he just needs to keep a 2-second buffer.
He's coming down through the wall of champions now. Evil holding on. P2 currently. 4 laps to go here at the Canadian Grand Prix. JML trying to get his way up here. Becker on the back of that AlphaTauri with Fatal. Solex
on another 3 seconds.
Time penalty. I can understand why Evil gets frustrated sometimes. I do the same with SF1 Stig. Stig, if you're watching.
Don't I remember that in the short season?
Dinner still just behind Bill. He's doing quite well with that end plate missing. Especially
Becker's got a run on Fatal.
side by side. Dinner got a run on Bill. Looks like Becker's up to P5. Fatal's tires might be starting to disappear on him just a bit. As you can see now, Whiffy is caught as Dinner makes a move around and then loses connection. Whiffy's pulling up to the back of Evil. However, that's helped JML catch Whiffy back up.
Yeah, Whiffy's only hardly got any ERS, and JML's got just 20%.
Lap 32, 3 laps to go here. Lunamu picks up a 3-second time penalty. These penalties are killer. I've watched a couple different races, and I've seen the penalties. I've even gotten some myself at this track.
Oh, last time I counted this track, I only had 2 warnings, which only happened on lap 1, so I managed to get 34 laps cleanly.
Croce
with a 3-second.
Senna's gap to the top, holding on to the same. He's 5.7 seconds up the road. Taking a look at the rest of these guys, still within that distance, that striking distance of SF1 Eagle and that Alfa Romeo. Can they get the job done? Croce gets another 3-second time penalty. They're going to have 2 laps to do it once they cross the start-finish line. Going forward with JML for this race. For a little on-board action. See, cut a bit of that chicane. easy on the throttle. You know, back of the car is spitting out. Yeah, this guy
With
is.
Becker getting past Fatal, it's given JML and Muffy a buffer to keep the position in P3 and 4.
Yeah, unfortunately for Dinner. Hopefully, he'll send Dinner an invite because he has Bill behind him. But I'm not sure on that.
He's just
Caught the back.
messaged the manager's chat and said he won't rejoin as his connection's a bit iffy now.
Mooney on the back approach.
Oh, Whiffy's hit the back of Evil. Whiffy just hit the back of Evil.
I missed that because I was watching Mooney battle Approachy. That's opened up the gap now for JML to have a look.
He's a bit too far back.
They have caught Senna. I don't know if Senna's like turned down. 5.9 seconds. If he trying to get around that Alfa Romeo. Ultimate lap of this race. Evil, if you want this, you gotta push. You have two very fast drivers behind you.
Bell's into the pits.
I wonder if he's gonna go for the fastest lap. He's waited too long. He's only gonna come out just ahead. There's a little move. Croce going side by side into turn 1. These guys are having one heck of a battle. They have packed. A little bit of contact there. Lunamu makes the way up to P8. Take a look now at this titanic battle between these guys. Jump on board with JML. Actually, let's jump on board with Evil. Give you guys a little rear view mirror action.
JML's closer to Whiffy.
Yeah, Evil got a really good run out of that final corner. JML's thinking about it. He poked the car to say, hey, I'm here. Final lap of this race begins now. Senna.
Yeah, it's like there's no puddles on the track now.
I think those intermediates are starting to struggle just a bit too. I can see a couple of these guys losing traction just a bit. You can hear JML actually lifting the throttle quite a lot. Sliding the car around that corner. That was brave. Taking a look at it, what's going on? Approachy, wait. Thought I saw guys going side by side, but I was wrong. Keep an eye on this battle as we go to the final few corners of this race. JML gonna think about it. Whiffy really trying to send the car. Take a look at this man right here. Had a nice battle with JML until JML, unfortunate pit stop strategies, set him out a little bit behind. This man is going to pick up the win. JML thought about it. I was taking a look. SF1 Senna crosses the line to win this race. JML gets another 3-second time penalty. SF1 Evo is going to cross the line. P2, Whiffy, P3, JML, P4. How about Fatal? JML had a 5-second unserved stop go.
That's for the collision under safety car, which will probably get removed if he sends it in.
Cross line, Fatal saves P5, Becker P6. I think Becker's
He's run out of fuel, Becker.
I was gonna say, I can hear it. Let's put Dinner's ghosting car ahead. Becker P7, unfortunately. Winnie is gonna cross the line P8 in that Haas. Croce had a lot of pace at the beginning of this race. Gonna cross the line with a lot of wing missing. P8, but goes on to P10. Winnemouth crosses P9. The build jumps up to P8. Wow. What a race indeed.
Well, you should be happy you've got both of your drivers of GP2 and on the podium. 1 and 2.
Now they're gonna ask me for a little gift after this evening. All right, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the podium celebration, and then we'll give you guys a rundown of the finishing order. Those avatars actually eerily look just like the guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the finishing order for the Canadian Grand Prix, round 9, SF1 Senna picks up the win from pole position this evening. His teammate, SF1 Evil, finishes P2. Whiffy, a solid drive to get himself up to P3. We have JML in P4, Fatal Defiance in P5, Dinner 6th, but I think that might get looked at since he was AI a couple laps ago. Becker P7, Bill is P8, Lunimu finishes P9, Secret Joyce P10, Croce P11, Solex P12. The AI of Livid's car. And unfortunate casualties of this race, Devla, Rashi, Towers, Fanatec. That will do it for this evening. We're going to get you guys on into the podium interviews before my voice is absolutely wrecked. All right. Podium interviews. Let's make sure that everybody's here.
Like I'd miss this.
Everybody is here. All right. So we're going to start with the man in the hour, his home Grand Prix, Whiffy, with a qualifying and still puts it on to the podium this evening. What a battle the whole way back through. Just talk us through it, because that was one heck of an incredible drive, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Dude, yeah, quali band. That sucked because like I was looking at times and pole position looked really, really fine today. But is what it is. The race was like, man, the rain. It had to rain. That was a little bit different. But I got lucky on the start. I kind of kept it clean through the first couple corners. Looney Moo, I don't know, man. Like Looney Moo, he braked. I wasn't thinking anybody was going to brake that early. It happens, whatever. I took the wing, and then I started to notice the rain lightening up, and that kind of tipped me. And I'm like, if I can beat people on the intermediates, I might be all right. Maybe the extra pit stop will pay off after that safety car. Yeah, man, like you said, it was just straight up battling the whole way. And I ended up actually taking a 5-second out of the safety car, I think, from somebody bumping in the back of me somehow. So I don't know, man. I thought maybe I had it in the bag. I don't know. I'm excited to be here, man. I don't know. Congrats to whichever one of the alphas won the race. I don't know. They're both up there, but it was good, man. I don't know. I wish I could have battled them a little harder because like it'd have been a lot more fun, but it was good.
That was a solid race. I'll throw it over to Harrison. Harrison, do you have anything to add?
No, just a good drive from the back of the grid with you.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You can hear my voice going hoarse. Congrats, Whiffy. All right, we're going to move it on. P2. Mr. SF1 Evil. I did notice, I wanted to ask you when the transition from full wets onto intermediates came about and you were following SF1 Senna. He dove for the pits and then you kind of hesitated. I don't know. I did catch that. Just give me an idea of, were you thinking about pitting and then you thought maybe not to pit, or you decided that you're committed? Because that was a bit strange.
I was committed to pitting, but I knew we'd stack up. So I done my part, slowed right down, and judged it to somewhat perfection. The moment Marcus left the pit box, the crew just took me in as well. So it wasn't too bad, didn't lose too much time.
Now talk us through one thing.
Yeah.
I know you absolutely love the rain. Did you love this race?
I loved it on the full wets. On the inters, it was horrible. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if you had a telemetry on, but you could just see me like lifting in corners, throttle down, lift, because the grip would come and go. And yeah, it was a quiet race to be fair, till the end when I think it was either Whiffy or JML. Someone drove into the back of me, going towards the hairpin.
Hi, how you doing? That's me. You were going slow, man,
Oh,
and
so
I
was
was
you?
trying to get you going, No, I just did break a little bit. I went to go deep thinking you'd go into the apex, and you kind of stayed out, and I was like, oh, man. I just held on the brake pedal. Luckily, no wing damage, no nothing, man. That was just a little kiss to let you know I'm there. Canadian kiss.
All right, but no, solid job by yourself, SF1 Evil. Congratulations this evening. And I'll hand it over to Harrison before I lose train of thought. Do you have anything to add, Harrison?
Yeah, Evil, where's your rain dance?
My rain dance. I got P2 from P6 or whatever it was.
Yeah, you should be dancing in the rain then.
Oi, 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 oi.
All right. Moving the train along. Our winner for this evening, SF1 Evil. Not Evil, Senna. Sorry, my
Wait, what?
apologies. SF1 Senna battled with JML early on in the race with the full wets, and then he dove for the pits and put on another set of wets. And I knew both Harrison and I were watching the Delta and we were watching the track dry up that it was going to be intermediates within a couple laps. And you, as well as your teammate, made the right call, came in for the intermediates, pretty much controlled it from then on. Give us a rundown of your race perspective.
I don't know. I mean, putting it on pole, I always, obviously, as you know from earlier on, I wanted to be on pole. I do love this track. It's my favourite track on the game. So yeah, wanted to be up there. Didn't expect to be that much faster than JML, for instance. I knew he had pace round here tonight as well. Wasn't so shocked about Livid getting P2 because I knew he was rapid round here. But yeah, the race itself, I controlled the first stint before the safety car. JML snuck up the inside. I left him the room and he took it, which is fair enough. And then sort of got stuck behind him. His connection sometimes was a bit dodgy, I'm not going to lie. I mean, there was the red cross kept popping up above his name sort of every sort of 10-15 seconds, and a couple of times his car nearly wiped mine out when he obviously his car wasn't actually there, it was further up the road. But apart from that, I mean, once I got past him again, obviously, as you said, when he was on the wets and I was on inters, yeah, just sort of got past him and controlled the race from there on. I will say, though, I don't think I've ever spoken to my teammates so much in one race.
That's what I like to hear. But I'll hand it over to Harrison. Any final words for the winner this evening?
No, just congratulations on your win, Marcus.
Yeah, cheers, bud.
Right. Congratulations to the top 3 this evening. Hopefully you guys' luck carries over. We'll be at Hanoi actually next week to make up your race from the week that this game decided to crash and just blow up. So hopefully you guys set yourself up for Hanoi, because we will be back on Friday next week at Hanoi, where SF1 Evil is going to start from pole, because we're going to run off of the qualifying.
Yeah.
And he's so excited about it.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Make sure you guys jump in and check out that race. We'll be back then. But cheers to Harrison for helping me this evening on comms. I really do appreciate it. Good luck with your car purchase tomorrow, mate.
Oh, thanks.
If you guys, make sure you guys jump in. You'll see GP1 racing at Canada on Sunday. Same time, same channel. Join us. We'll see you soon. Hopefully you guys have a good start to your weekend. Until then, we are signing out. Good night, everybody.